Mali actually, of all the teams in the world, make the biggest jump in the FIBA rankings. They jump up 18 spots. So they actually went down to 83 at one point, probably the March rankings, but they're at 65 now. And they jump up in Africa from 12 to 10. They're top 10 team in the African region right now, which is, I mean, amazing run from Mali. Let's go to Africa. So the Africa rankings. This took a turn. This absolutely took a turn that perhaps people weren't really expecting. Now, the AfroBasket tournament, we're going to get to Europe. We're going to get to the Americas after this. Americas first, then Europe. But AfroBasket ended after the Asia Cup. And AfroBasket ended. We did some stuff on all these tournaments. AfroBasket ended in a absolute just blowout. Huge win by Angola, making a statement at home, defending their home country because they were the hosts of this tournament. They ended up winning. They beat Mali. Mali got the silver. Mali got the silver, which was a stunner. They were not one. They were like, were they 12th in Africa? I believe. I think they were 12th in the Africas. And prior to this, they never got a silver. They never got to a gold medal game in AfroBasket. They got a bronze in 1972. They have a silver medal this year. It's their second medal in a major competition. And they had moved up 6 spots to I think number 80th, number 80 in the world in February. So they jump up again. Mali actually, of all the teams in the world, make the biggest jump in the FIBA rankings. They jump up 18 spots. So they actually went down to 83 at one point, probably the March rankings, but they're at 65 now. And they jump up in Africa from 12 to 10. They're top 10 team in the African region right now, which is, I mean, amazing run from Mali. South Sudan, who I mentioned. Let's put back up the FIBA Africa rankings. South Sudan, who I mentioned, lost before the quarterfinals. Now, the big thing for South Sudan in this tournament was they got upset by Guinea in Group C at the beginning of this. And then they end up losing to Senegal, who was one of the better teams in the tournament, who ended up getting the bronze medal. Senegal got the bronze medal again. They gotten a bronze medal in now 3 straight or 4 straight. It's either 3 straight or 3 or 4 the last 5, something along those lines. I have it here. Okay. 3 straight AfroBasket tournaments. They got bronze, and then 4 of the last 5 tournaments, they got bronze. Senegal. So they beat Cameroon in the 3rd place game. South Sudan, number 1 in Africa right now. Angola, number 2. And they moved up 4 spots in the world rankings. Angola wins AfroBasket again. They've won this tournament so many damn times. And honestly, with Angola, they now have 12 gold medals in AfroBasket. This is their first in a while. It's their first since 2013. Ivory Coast is 3rd, Egypt 4, Senegal 5. So I do think Cameroon, they went up 7 spots. I do think Cameroon probably has a case to go higher. Nigeria, man. Nigeria takes a hit. They drop 11 spots. They're actually one of the biggest droppers in the world from these tournaments. Nigeria, in terms of their performance at AfroBasket, they lose in the quarterfinals. Not ideal there. Tunisia also dropped 14 spots. They really didn't perform well in this tournament either. They lost before the quarterfinals like Cape Verde did, and they got blown out 87-54. And they've been to World Cups, they qualified for World Cups and things like that. They just absolutely flopped in this tournament. So this is where it's at. You have South Sudan, Angola, Ivory Coast, Egypt, Senegal, top 5, Cape Verde, Tunisia, Nigeria, Cameroon, Mali, 6 through 10. Guinea, Congo, Uganda, Rwanda, Central African Republic. That's 11 through 15. So on and so forth. All right, let's hit the Americas.